Listen to the narcissist. They will tell you who they are. These are phrases that sound normal, but are actually toxic. There's something quite strange about how the narcissist talks about themselves. On one hand, they love to extol their virtues and accomplishments, but on the other, they will reveal the truth about who they are. Sometimes they will tell you later that they warned you about who they are, but it's usually buried in amongst all the other false information they tell about themselves. Here are some phrases that most normal people wouldn't say about themselves. I'm not a nice, or I'm not a good person, or I'm a bad person. Occasionally, a person will say this. We usually rush to assure them that isn't true, but if we have seen evidence, we should keep that in mind. Often, a male narcissist will say this toward the beginning of a romantic relationship. Females rarely say this. Many people who lack self-esteem may say they are not a good person from time to time, but they have a very different attitude. People who lack self-esteem will say they're not a good person with an apologetic attitude. You can see from their expression that they feel bad about who they think they are and are trying and want to be better. But a narcissist or other toxic person will look you straight in the eye with a serious expression and say this. It's not the same vibe. You may even get a strange feeling when they say this to you. But if you hear someone say this, pay attention. They may be right. My mother let me get away with too much, or she should have watched or disciplined me more. This is sometimes said about both parents or a father, but it's usually said about the main caregiver who tends to be the mother. Wow. If they know they didn't get corrected early on, they are saying they know they didn't turn out to be a very good person. If you hear someone say this, they are dangerous. I like to use my mind. This is usually said when some physical work is involved. They are saying they think they are too smart to waste their brain doing general tasks and will not be helping you. They are telling you that they will do anything to avoid work that they feel is boring or beneath them, which is almost all work. So that means you will have to do most, if not all, of the work. One other meaning of this phrase, I like to use my mind, is that they are trying to remind you that they think they are smarter than you. If you don't want to constantly be reminded by someone that you are lacking in intelligence compared to them, and no matter how smart you really are, stay away from the person who says this. I'm not too concerned about work or money. It will all work out. This is true. A narcissist will let you earn the money and take on extra work if necessary to cover the bills. They have studied other people and learned that if they wait long enough, someone else will have to take care of the finances. They feel no sense of guilt or obligation to help out if they decide anyone else can do it all. This is more common in covert narcissists. Grandiose narcissists tend to enjoy the status their work and earning power bring. I need someone to take care of me. This is not a phrase a healthy, able adult should ever be saying or even think. They are telling you honestly that they think others should do everything for them and they cannot take care of themselves. They are looking for someone to keep them from having to work, learn, and be a responsible adult. They are also showing a sense of entitlement that they deserve to sit back and let others care for their needs. If we have unhealed childhood trauma, this phrase can make us feel like we should take care of the person. This is because as children, we were forced to take care of our dysfunctional parent or parents. They never acknowledged our sacrifices, but we keep thinking that if we do what we know with this new person, They will finally be the one to appreciate how we take care of them and will take care of us in return. The narcissist means exactly what they say. They want you to take care of them. They will not be taking care of you. If you hear any one of these phrases, it doesn't necessarily mean that the person is toxic, but if you pay attention to their behavior, you may find that these phrases tell you about what they really think. Often, a narcissistic person will see your negative reaction to something they have said, such as one of these phrases, and then say they were kidding or that you misunderstood them. Sometimes they tell on themselves without meaning to, but often it is on purpose. They seem to enjoy telling you who they are and then enjoy gaslighting you by saying, that wasn't what they said. It's all part of the game they play, a game you no longer have to be involved in. If you have been in a relationship with someone that you now believe to be a narcissist, you may be able to think back and remember that they did indeed say some of these. Have you heard any of these phrases? Please let me know in the comments below, and please share if you have heard any others. If you liked this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. If you need personalized help, please see the website in the description. It's possible to put all that narcissistic abuse behind you.